Hello and welcome to ThePrint. This is Nikhil Rampal, and in this video we are going to talk about how the Indian economy is recovering from the pandemic. After 2 years of economic disruption since early 2020, the financial year beginning April 2022 was the first year without any significant wave of the virus affecting economic activity. It will be safer to say that from this year onwards, or this financial year, the Indian economy has entered a phase of post-COVID normalcy. But how has this normalcy returned in economic activity? Using the sectoral data provided by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation till September this year, the print finds that barring one industry, almost all sectors are above the pre-pandemic levels of 2019-20. However, the path to recovery has been uneven across industries. Overall, in the first half of the financial year 2022-23, the Indian economy reported economic activities worth 69.5 lakh crore rupees, which is almost 5.6% higher than what it did in the first half of the pre-pandemic year 2019-20. Almost all sectors except trade, tourism, transportation, communication and broadcasting services are well above the pre-pandemic levels. As its name suggests, the trade, hotels, transport, communication and services related to broadcasting sector encompasses numerous industries and reported economic activity worth rupees 12.1 lakh crore rupees this year, which is about 7.2% below the pre-pandemic levels. This industry, however, is looking at its revival in the coming season, the results of which will be known after the financial year ends on 31st March 2023. Now let's come to the other important sector, manufacturing. The pandemic saw the manufacturing sector contract by 0.6% in 2020-21. The sector subsequently saw a significant recovery in 2021-22 with the growth in coming at 11.5%. However, this year, the sector hasn't grown with the same vigor. In the first half of 2022-23, the output by manufacturing, which is rupees 12.03 lakh crore rupees, was just 6.3% above the corresponding pre-pandemic period. In a pre-budget presentation made on 20th December this year, economists from the National Institute of Public Finance and Policy (NIPFP), an autonomous research institute under the Ministry of Finance, said that their research showed how the health of manufacturing sector was actually linked to the automobiles sector. They explained that during the pandemic, the public transportation came to a standstill and people started opting for private vehicles, which led to the auto industry cushioning the manufacturing sector. However, as normalcy is returning and car sales are cooling down, it is growth in the non-auto sectors, specifically consumer non-durables produced by micro, small and medium enterprises, that will drive the growth. Finance, real estate and professional services were not hurt by the pandemic that bad, since work from home allowed delivery of many contactless services. In fact, this sector grew by 2.2% during 2021, the pandemic year, and by 4.2% during the year that followed. In the current financial year, despite a relatively higher base, the sector is growing quickly. The economic output in the first half of 2022-23 of this sector was 8.4% above the pre-pandemic levels. Other sectors like gas, electricity and other utility services were 11% above the pre-pandemic levels in the first half of this year. Mining and quarrying is 2.9% above the pre-pandemic levels, and the same for construction is about 4.1%. The amount of activity in the government sector, majorly public administration, defense and services, are also up by 14.4% in the current financial year. When almost all economic activities had contracted during the pandemic, farm-related activities had grown by more than 3%. As told to the print by Rudrani Bhattacharya, Associate Professor at the National Institute of Public Finance and Policy, the government's credit stimulus package, urban to rural migration and favorable rainfall could explain agriculture's resilience during this period. However, this year, the output by agriculture, forestry and fishing was 10.8% above the pre-pandemic levels, making it one of the only sectors comfortably above the pre-pandemic levels. That's all for this session. To get the latest updates on the Indian economy, keep tracking ThePrint.in.